out and ready for building season. You have to stand up and show them. You may have to stand up on the couch because you're short.
I'm not having to.
Yeah, you can stand on the couch. I'll give you permission right now, just for this second. It's hard to get up on there with your belt on. Look at that. Fancy. Fancy. All real tools, too, man.
We were getting up from our nap, and he was ready to go and help us build.
Ready. He was like, what are we building? And I was like, nothing, because we're on a live. We got a live. All right. Kira's all stretched out. Look at your... We're plugged in too, you guys, so you're going to see the cord, because I'm running behind today. And I don't have... I don't even have my computer set up. I can't see what anybody says. I can't see who's here. I need my other phone. KJ reminded us, so y'all need to thank KJ that we were having this live today, because I completely forgot.
I did as well. I was napping.
Let's see. You guys got your chat going on. Hi, Off Grid. The dogs are... oh gosh, it's 1 a.m. in Scotland. Okay, I'm caught up. The dogs really want to be out of their pen. Chloe wants to steal all the baby kittens. So we have one cat that's given birth. She has 5 babies, and then we have the other one that's due any minute now. And Chloe is super interested in both of them. We're like baby wealthy right now, because the pig had, one of the pigs already had her babies. The other pig is making a nest, so she's gonna have probably tonight. And then we have the cats.
Yeah.
And then we were supposed to have baby goats, but we had no baby goats. And so my friend Carrie came over today, and we did a whole nother set of pregnancy tests, and they're all back to being pregnant again. So for some reason, the 2 that we tested in that short that I did, they came up pregnant, but then something happened. So they either absorbed their pregnancy, which can happen. What are you barking at? Settle down there, mister. Nobody wants to touch you. Your hair's falling out. Justin is blowing coats. Bad. It's everywhere.
Like, I'll sit on the couch and I'll pet him, and I go,
and
why is my hand up?
I gotta set him on the table. Put the blow dryer to both of them. So yeah, lots of babies. Yay, kitties! Yay, Kira! Welcome home. That's from Jody.
Thank you.
Kira feels the same way about the kitties. She wants to keep them all. Oh.
Yeah. She's like, one of the neighbors might want the kitten. I looked at her and was like, do we have to give it? It's like,
Yeah.
I will mother them all.
I can't afford 12 cats.
I will delete every subscription I have for all those babies.
Well, and then the ones that are already born are all girls, which are the most expensive to spay. Costs a lot more than boys. A female cat's 8 female cats and counting. Right? But Brennan, who also was in heat at the same time, doesn't look pregnant, and she stopped going to heat, so maybe she's just, something's up.
Yeah. It was funny. So as they're doing the pregnancy test, I'm standing with the goat, and I'm like, I wonder if we could use that on Brennan. Like, we can pregnancy test her.
Yeah. No, it's for ruminant
Yeah.
animals only.
That's what Carrie said, and I was like, dang it.
Boo. These dogs are rowdy. They're like trying to bump the, Hi, Danielle. You guys need any kittens for your, farm? Because we have lots. We were supposed to be shearing a sheep, and I was like, I wonder if we could shear the sheep on the live. Stand there and clip and do the live.
I don't think we could because they're loud.
Off Justin. Not the clippers. Oh, the sheep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's the crazy one with the baby.
Yeah.
Everything is covered in dog hair.
Yeah, look, you have a mini Justin on
I
now.
know, it's like ridiculous. So, and the thing of it is I was making a decision to pare down on the goats. So I was like, whoever's not pregnant is gonna go to freezer camp basically. And then the one that actually Miss K, who I was like, she's the one that has the foot issue, that her feet are just so odd. But I've got them trimmed up really nice and short. They look really nice right now. She is pregnant. So who'd we start out? We started out with her.
Started out with Kira and Ayla.
Kira and Ayla are the two youngest, because we thought the other two were pregnant, so one of them looks pregnant. The other one, Layla, the brown one with no ears, the La Mancha, she was like, something's up. She's not pregnant. Did your mom message? You going home?
I left the phone up there.
I guess so. They're just ignoring me.
I'm gonna get my shoes.
The boys are coming through. It's gonna be a little loud. And so we pulled out the Miss Kira and Ayla, the all white one.
Hi.
And they both came up pregnant, which means they bred out of season, because you leaving?
I play my tablet on the switch box.
Yeah, you have to give me a hug. Pay with a hug. Pay with a hug, sir.
Can you get my shoes, Liam?
He's like, just give me my
Yeah, can you
game.
get my shoes?
Just give me
Oh, no, where are they?
right
Right there.
there in front of you. Eyeballs on the ground, sir.
I'm holding this.
Oh, here, I'll hold it for you then.
No. Surprise, right.
I'll hold
Make
this.
me bend down.
It'll give us a second, guys. Ah!
I'm getting cold.
It's a little chaotic. So we
I'm putting that nicely.
it's crazy time. See you later, JB.
Bye. Bye.
Ooh, another cute one is Builder J.
That's not good, okay?
See you guys tomorrow.
Jasper, can you hold my tablet? Bye, give a bye, Grandma.
Bye.
Can you pick us up tomorrow?
Yes, I can.
I mean, mine and you can.
Yes, sir. Oh God, John's all going. It's to leave with the chaos. Okay, babies are gone now. I can't hear what anybody's saying, and I can't see. I cannot see, and I do not have my glasses on.
You know where they are?
Upstairs.
So grab them.
How have you been doing with your solar setup? Ooh, Danielle's gonna ask at work about kittens. Your friend KJ's free kittens with a membership. Bye, Jody. They're so dang cute. So I picked them up from school. They spend a little bit of time here, and then when their parents get home, they head off. They get a text, and then they head off. You forgot something? Oh, your bag.
Oh, with a big
It goes with all the tools. See you later, JB. That's Jasper the Builder. Instead of Bob the Builder, he's Jasper the Builder. There you go. Use it as a bag. Put your stuff in it.
Bye.
Bye. Love you. Alright. Now we may be good. So, solar. I had the solar panels hooked up to the Bluetti just directly, and it was doing great. And then where my panels are set up, when winter came, they were completely shaded, so it didn't really work all winter. So here in the next couple of days, we're going to shift that over so that it's in full sun. And I bought new cables that are a 10 instead of, I think these are like 6 gauge. It's a 10 gauge wire, so it'll bring in a lot more. And I actually have 12 other solar panels that I want to try to set up, They're not like big as far as, I think they're 100 watts total. Some of them are 150, so they come down to the smallest ones. So they'll be right at 100 watts. But that being said, girl, you were gonna upset her so much.
She saw me take it.
Okay, Chloe wants that baby so bad. Chloe wants to co-parent. Oh, that poor cat. Justin, no. Justin thinks it's his new best friend. Okay, that's even more chaos versus the kids leaving. Let's see. Jasper the Builder, right? Chloe wants to mother those babies so bad. She is like trying to climb the ladder. When we're upstairs, she's like trying to get to where they are. They're up, so she can't get to them. She doesn't jump up on my bed. If she could jump up on my bed, then she could get to them, but she wants them so bad. And she's actually, on a side note, being really nice to the cats. So there's that. But back to the solar panels. So I have the other 12, so I need to set up a new base to add the rest of them and then get them all connected. But I have the 4. Ooh, I'm super overstimulated today. I have the 4 that are already set up. We just need to move them so that they're in direct sunlight, because they're not. And that brings in like almost 400 watts, which will keep the Bluetti at 100% all day long. And then we only have to charge it. Right. I like to go to bed at 9 o'clock at 100%, and then it's good all night. So the wind turbine has not been hooked up. Kira, you can't. Girl, I'm so overstimulated, and you're getting them growling and being loud.
I didn't do anything.
Yeah, you did. You petted them, and you let them on your lap whenever I've already kicked them off once.
Sorry, Chloe.
I lost my train of thought, you guys.
Keeping the generator at 100% at 9 o'clock
Yeah.
and going to bed.
So, yeah, that's what we do. The wind turbine has not been hooked up because Bluetti did not want the wind turbine directly hooked up to it. Even though it shows it doing that in the manual. So that's what I think is odd. She's just said nobody's ever done it and that they would highly recommend me not doing it, and to hook up the wind turbine to a basic battery setup and then pull from that. So we haven't actually hooked that up, which is kind of a bummer because we get a whole lot of wind. Hi, Brenda. Jody, breathe. Yeah. There's just so much going on, and I get, this is a hard time of year for me, so I'm already overstimulated by everything. So, yeah, that's going to be happening. Oh, now they're molesting the other cat just because she's laying there. You guys leave her alone. Justin, outside. Go outside. You are a nutcase. Chloe, go lay down.
Yeah, we have learned that after she gave birth, she was like, whatever, go away. The mama cat. And it's hilarious.
Let's see, KJ says, I would think they would want an inverter generator more steady power than the turbine with issues. The manual shouldn't show wind. Well, so that was what threw me, was the fact that it showed the wind turbine hooked up directly to it. So there is an inverter on the Bluetti that I guess should be doing that. I don't know, but you definitely have to have the generator with the inverter. So I don't know, maybe it's that. The only thing that I have to do is build a battery bank, because I have an inverter out there. I have like all the things out there. So as money comes in, that's what we'll be doing. But because I do believe that the wind turbines will make a huge difference in the winter. And if we could get off using the generator, the gas generator, that would be fantastic, because it's a lot. They are bad. The batteries are going down a bit. I did see that. There's lots of sales right now. Hey, Mama Kitty. She does not want to be Chloe's friend, and Chloe's like, I would like to be the other mother to all of those babies. Chloe has always loved babies, whether it's a dog or any kind of baby. She loves it. She's air sniffing right now to upstairs. So yeah, I think it's just going to be one of those things where I have to buy one at a time and then build up on it or whatever. But right now, I'm just, every extra penny is going to building and doing new things. And like this month we have a wedding that we're going to, so I had to buy a dress and shoes and all the things. I have stuff in storage, but I can't go in and find it because it's like 20 feet deep storage and all my clothes are at the back.
All that's left for her is the giant fancy hat.
Yeah, probably not going to spend money on that.
It was super funny. Aunt Jen showed her Aunt Jen showed her outfit, and she goes, "Oh, do all of us peasants get to wear fancy hats?"
Yeah, she's wearing a really cool hat. Jen loves hats.
I learned they both do.
Vicky asked, "How is Kira's bedroom coming?"
It's coming along nice. I got to sleep on it for the last 2 days, and it's awesome. And the heat rises. I told her this yesterday. I was like, I just realized the heat rises, so I'm warmer in the mornings than I am when it was down at the bottom, because it's normally cold in my room, so I'm like huddled on all under my blankets. So, but when she has this fire going, my room, it gets warmer up top faster than the whole room. So being up there is really nice.
Yeah, once we get the fans going, the ceiling fans on, that'll be really nice. Hi, Jen. So the baby chicks are doing really well. Oh, the duck has laid a bunch of eggs and is now starting to sit the nest, so that's good. We should be having lots of baby ducks running around in 30 days. Muscovy ducks sit nests. Normal ducks, it's 25 days to 28 days, and Muscovies is 32 to 35 days. So it's so interesting to me because they're not actually a duck. They're a cousin to the duck. So if you breed, it's kind of like a horse and a donkey. If you breed a horse and a donkey, you get a mule, and that mule is sterile. It's the same with a Muscovy if it breeds any other duck. Then you have like a Peking Muscovy, that duck will be sterile. So it's the exact same.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Hi, Mary.
And these are the ducks that taste like cow beef.
You only have... Okay. Cow beef, you guys.
What?
Cow and beef are the same things. You might as well have said cow cow. Or beef beef.
Yeah, she was laughing. She goes, "Why are you putting cow on it?" Because it's cow.
Yeah, so when we went and got the beef from Costco, on the baggie she wrote cow. And I'm like,
It was that or moo, because it was fun.
yeah. So they taste like, no, my brain's not working. They taste like, it's not pot roast. Roast beef. Is it roast beef? Maybe roast beef.
Probably roast beef.
But, yeah, mule ducks. Yeah. So I'm really excited that one of those ducks turned out to be a female, because every time I've brought in ducks and bought them as babies, it's $10 a duck. So that just saves me money. And those guys, so I toss out a mixed grain for any of the rabbits that are running around and the ducks, and that's pretty much it. It's like one scoop and everybody shares who's running around, and so they're very low maintenance. Now we're going to be working on their area here pretty soon, getting them a swimming pool, all those things.
It's super hilarious because she says they're low maintenance, but they're like the most judgiest ducks I've ever seen. Goose will go around, he'll look at you, and then his head feathers will go when he wants to sass you.
Well, that's because his little girlfriend is having babies, and he's being very protective of the area. So Kira has named the ducks. I don't think that's come out in a video, but the boy she's calling Goose, and the girl she's calling Baked Alaska.
It literally was the first things that popped in my head when I saw their feathers, and I was like, "You look like a goose." And I looked at her and I was like, "You look like Baked Alaska." And she goes, "Why Baked Alaska?" I was like, I showed her the video of people making Baked Alaska with a flamethrower and it coming out like that really pretty golden brown. I was like, "That's why."
So Anna, yes, 4 of the 5 were drakes. So now we just have a breeding pair. And I was thinking of bringing in another female duck, but I don't think I'm gonna now because she'll have this clutch and then she'll just start making another nest. And so I'm just gonna let her hatch out whatever she wants to hatch out, whatever hatches out. And that's the duck that'll go into the freezer. And I plan on making duck jerky and which I really like duck. I like duck. I really enjoy duck, and this meat tastes a little bit different. So
I'm hoping she can make me like duck like she made me like lamb.
that's right. She did not like lamb, and then she had this lamb that we just processed, and she was like, it's so good, you guys.
I think it's also based on the breed because Mom had the type of sheep that shedded their own wool. And it was crap wool and stuff.
I don't like
Yeah.
hair sheep. Those are called hair sheep.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan.
Yeah, she had those, and when we ate it, it was gross.
Well, there's a whole lot of things that come into that. Breed is one of them, and I do think the hair sheep have a tendency to be more gamey, and also how you process them. And if there's stress during the process, like I'm really fast when it comes to getting them to be in the hanging position. But so Anna, these ducks did not come from the store. We actually went and got them off somebody's pond. We went to her house. She had 4 females, and she had a ton of babies. So she just posted that she was selling them, and we went and got. I think it ended up being 13, and we had an owl problem, and so we ended up just having those 4 left over, and these are the 2 that survived out of all of that. So that cost me $130 to bring all those in. So this is going to save me that.
Yeah, like when I came back from Kentucky and when I first got here, she had 3. A few days later, she had 2. So apparently, even the birds think the ducks taste good.
Or we have a bobcat that's up here too, and we have a cougar that's up here too. And apparently, my neighbors saw bear scat, and they actually saw a moose on the pipeline this year. So it looks like the rotation of the animals are coming back around to this section. Chloe, we know you're air sniffing girl. We know you smell them.
This.
I don't know why you had to cause chaos with all the animals.
So, this time we're prepared because we don't have any llamas, so if we come across any tracks this time, we'll know the moose.
We'll know what's a moose.
Remember.
Cougars and moose and bear, oh my, yeah. I was like, are you sure it's a bear? It was bear scat. And he was like, yeah, on my phone it said it was bear scat. Hi, Nancy. Yeah, I completely forgot that it was today, and KJ messaged me and said, hey, you have a live today. And I was like, oh, shoot. So that's why I didn't get put up super early so that everybody would get notified. So, but yeah, so we've got the, we've been working on Kira's bedroom. I've actually got that video edited, and we just need to make the thumbnail for it, and then I need to fill out the description and such. So I'm like so early, so it's going to come out on Sunday. I'm trying to get videos to come out on Sunday. That seemed to be a good day, but I'm also in the thought process of, let me just make something and post the video. Who cares what day it goes out on? Kind of in that space too. if I get way ahead, then that's what we'll start doing. Moosey. Yeah, so it's because of KJ that we're actually having live today.
I thought the live was next week.
Carol, but you smell better. You smell better, Anna. So we got that. We're working on now this next few days. No, you were being a spaz. The next few days we're working on the stairs and a platform for her to climb off on, and possibly the desk underneath. So that we're trying to set it up so that she can do her earrings in there, and that she has way more space. The room is so small. It's 7 feet by a little under 8 feet. So it's so small in there.
I'm looking forward to the part where we can enclose my bed area. Because I just realized I have another fear because I don't want to fall out of bed.
Yeah, that wasn't going to happen until next month. So sleep by the wall. That's all I got to say. I don't know why you would be afraid of falling out. You don't move in your sleep. Like, you literally lay in one spot.
Yeah, but the cats move in their sleep. And Cagney's just like almost halfway hanging off the bed. And I was like, nope.
Yeah. So, does anybody have any questions so that I can make sure I see them? Because I don't see a lot of them when I know I don't want to sit here with my glasses on because they're reading glasses. So, I do need to get my trees planted. So I've had like horrible chronic fatigue. And the last few days we were trying to figure out what schedule works the best for us. Because this just going all day long is not going to work. So, so we've started getting up, and then I edit in the morning, and then I make Kira get up at 10, and then we get busy. As soon as our meds kick in, then we get busy. And we had to push yesterday out quite a bit, or the day before, because we knew there was going to be rain. And oh, no question, just great curtains. Anna wants to know what's for dinner. We're not talking about that yet. That'll be all we talk about the rest of the time.
I got cow chunks in the fridge.
Yep, there went my train of thought. And I've had horrible brain fog. So this actually has worked really well as far as we're getting stuff done, which is really nice. I really like it when we get things done. But my entire body hurts. Food. I haven't eaten yet today too. We've eaten. We've already eaten. We grabbed food on when we were out. So Anna's making us tell on ourselves because we did not stay on carnivore today. We ate when we were out. Nancy, I just ate. So I think the rest of this evening I'm just going to try to get dishes done because they're all dirty and they need what you build Kira's bed out of wood dimensions. Anna, busted. So I just measured the twin size bed, and that's where I got my dimensions. And then it is kind of a tight fit. It did kind of get shifted to where it's a little bit tight, but she'll still be able to tuck her sheet in there and it'll be fine. And actually what she ends up doing is she puts the fitted sheet on and then she puts blankets over that, and that's what she sleeps on. So it's pretty rare that she has to strip her entire bed down to wash the sheet because she doesn't sleep on it. So, unless the cats do something they shouldn't be doing.
Like give birth.
Have you started to get your firewood cut? No, but we have rounds. So, we're building off camera, and I'm gonna do a full start to finish build. We're putting up a carport with metal roof, metal sides, and then off of that will be a cover that comes off of that slant roof cover, and the firewood will go under there. So I want to touch the firewood as least as possible this year. So what we're going to do is as soon as that's up, then we'll put pallets down along the side, and then we'll start splitting all the wood that we have. And we do have all the trees lined up in a cutting area so that they can just start being cut. And that's kind of what we're going to do. We've decided. So with the issue of my hands, they kind of hurt all the time. They kind of tingle all the time, which is really odd. So I can do a little bit of things at a time with the machines that vibrate in my hands. So I think I can do the chainsaw maybe for 30 minutes a day, and then we'll just get that all sorted and stacked. And we're just going to kind of work through that every day until the area is all filled up, and we've got so much lumber to be cut up. It's a lot. But I definitely have the plan in mind to have that done early. I do not want to be waiting into winter to be getting that done. Good idea. Split then stack. Right after. So yeah, that's kind of the plan. Like one of us will run the splitter and the other person will be stacking, and then we'll rotate. So we get to take turns doing that and rest those hands and muscles. But I'll tell you what, bringing that gravel in and having that flat area. So we pulled my tables over that I just built and used those to build the bunk bed and the loft bed, and it was amazing. It was amazing being on a flat area. There was no dust everywhere. It was great. So I have pretty much decided that a lot of gravel is going to be brought in to cover all around the house area.
Okay, so the only dust that did come in was from whatever wood we cutted, because I was sneezing up a storm. She got like one good
So
sneeze in.
Carol said it rained here today, so sore muscles got to rest some, but you made bread. That's awesome.
What kind of bread?
Yeah, so we got rain yesterday, and we had some rain this morning, and it looks like it's going to rain again, but it doesn't show rain. And I'm not really sure with the hand pain. It's both. So I just recently had a doctor's appointment, and so what I have to do is I have to take a picture of my face every day, and I'm creating a file for that because she does not think that I'm having flare-ups for lupus, because she's not actually seen it, and the previous doctor who did see it did not document it. This is so frustrating. And he also wanted to call it RA and hold off on a lupus diagnosis because my kidneys weren't failing. So they're basically not wanting to call it lupus unless my organs start failing. That's pretty much what I've been told. But I have this, it's like my hands feel bruised and they're tingly. And she was like, something's going on with you. We just don't know what it is. So that's that.
I think it's stupid that she even said that the other doctor said it was this, but didn't write it down. I was like, okay, so if you said it, then why aren't you still writing it down?
Right. That's what I don't get. It should be written in the file. If you're telling me, the patient, that, then it needs to be written down. Mm-hmm. And they weren't sending anything over to the VA. So my VA doctor wasn't able to look at it. She's like, I don't have anything from them. Are you seeing somebody? And I was like, yes, through the VA. Through the VA out into the community. So super frustrating. But I got them to send over the files, so that's happened. And she's like, I don't really know. I said, well, when are we going to take blood tests again? And she's like, oh, that's a good idea. Never answered the question. We started with sun and thunderstorms for about 30 minutes, and the sun came back out. Yay! I love thunderstorms. We rarely get them here, but I would say this year we've gotten them. And we still have snow on the bigger mountains a little north of us that we can see from here. And they say if there's snow on the mountains, that means it can still snow here. So I'm super curious. Yes, Jody, American medicine sucks. And it's just so frustrating because she's just like, yeah, we don't know what's going on with you. There's something going on with you. Your symptoms don't make sense. I can see why getting an actual diagnosis takes like 7 to 14 years is kind of what I've read. Because if your doctors switch around, which I find happens often, and people aren't writing things down, and then you have to start over or you have to go to a new doctor. She was like, well, maybe acupuncture or maybe it's neurological. Like, and I said, if you are wanting me to see somebody else, you need to put in a recommendation for that. It needs to be written down, and you need to put in a recommendation for that. I just really wasn't impressed.
Every time she tells me about this doctor, I don't like her more and more. And by the way, how good did the crust come out? I want to know, was it like a nice, good, crunchy crust? Like good golden brown?
It's
or
been
good
burning
browner?
sun here for over a week, super hot. Kira loves bread. Just saying, Carol, you need to give her more information on the bread.
Yeah. But like with this good, soft, light, fluffy middle, because Mom would get rolls for split pea soup. It's the only way I ever ate peas. And she had these rolls that were really good, strong, deep brown crust on the outside. And it was like a good ripping sound when you broke into it. And then it had like a beautiful, nice, soft, fluffy feel on the inside.
Carol, that's awesome. You had acupuncture and it helped. It was relaxing and it helped your body pain. That's super interesting. I'll look into it. I don't know. I already don't like the doctor and I don't trust them, and I go in there and then I just had like a full on emotional breakdown and cried and was completely distraught for the rest of the day. It was terrible. Because so you're telling somebody that you have all these symptoms. So I just went from head to toe. These are all the symptoms that I have had since I've seen you last on a consistent basis. And she literally just looked at me, stared at me, made no comment, and said, yeah, those symptoms don't go with lupus. But if you look up lupus or RA, they both are very similar. It's like listed, all the things that I'm dealing with is listed as symptoms. Hi, Dawn. Let's see. Carol said, I'm still trying to get a good sourdough. My yeast breads are better.
Okay.
Anna says, my migraines took 30 years to get the right medication, and I just gave up on the autoimmune. Yeah. That's the issue. So many people just give up on the autoimmune. So I have made a decision on critters. This is going to be a heavy hay year because, so these goats are pregnant. We don't really know when they got pregnant. We don't know when babies are going to come, but they are going to come. But they're not going to be old enough to process in October. So I have a couple of options. Put them up for sale, which that's the worst time of the year to sell them. I could try to sell them immediately, like if there's any that are super cute or super pretty or whatever, they may sell. And that may be what I do, is I just list everybody, and if anybody sells, they sell, that's great. That goes towards the feed bill, but if they don't, it's not a big deal anyway. Oh, Carol, that makes me so mad. That answer. So she was like, well, you should be menopausal. And I'm like, yeah, I'm on estrogen therapy, so I'm not. That was her answer to everything. So yeah, totally. So there's a big possibility that we'll probably have 8 baby goats. That's if the 2 mothers that have already given birth before have twins, which is pretty normal. And then the younger girls, so the other 2, have singles. How did I come up with 8? Oh, 2, 4, Six.
And then where if Miss B is pregnant or not, she'll have.
Oh,
one.
that's right. She's the extra, so she should have one. So that's 7. So 7 goats, most likely, and then they can be rebred so that they have spring babies like they're supposed to. And then the sheep. I'm not butchering anybody else this year in sheep. So all the sheep should get to be bred so that we should have at least, so there'll be 6 ewes, 1 ram, so that's 7 sheep. And then all of those should get pregnant and have singles or twins. So that'll give me a nice freezer fill for next fall. This fall, not so much. So I don't know. I may look into picking up some wethers that could be processed. I don't know. Everything is so expensive. So I'm probably not going to because I have to bring in my own hay, which that's just going to increase. Now, my friend Carrie has a doe that just gave birth a few days ago. And she's like, do you want to borrow her so that you can at least get some milk right now? So she may be coming over and so that we can milk her until mine give birth and then she can go back. So
She asked me the most hardest question she thought was going to be impossible for me. She goes, I need you to love and hug on those babies and make them friendly. I gave her a look. I was like, she goes, can you do that? And I was like, yes, I can. The mama might not get those babies back. Because she just gave me the green light to, like, smother those babies.
man, I'll tell you, KJ, if you can find a doctor that listens and doesn't dismiss, don't ever get rid of that one. I thought I had a really good doctor. I don't know. I don't know. Plus my anxiety gets so high in the doctor's office. I literally am non-functioning for the rest of the day. It gets so bad. And I'm super overstimulated and I just want to go home and crawl into my bed for the rest of the day. I honestly, I almost want to get my friend Jen to come with me to the doctor. She's a paramedic. And I would love it if my friend Mary, who is an RN, could come over because she's mean. She'll be like, you need to give her answers. I do have to laugh. Okay, here's the story. So when I had my gallbladder out, they nicked my liver and I had to go back in for surgery. Well, I was super sick from it because we didn't catch it for like 2 weeks. And I was just not getting better. And they were like, couldn't take the little bags out or whatever. And so we find out that that's what's happened. And I go back over to the other hospital for surgery. And Mary comes, my friend Mary comes, and she sits with me, and she's like, I hate this hospital. These doctors are terrible. I'm like, don't tell me that. I have to go into surgery. And so they were trying to find out what was wrong. They hadn't figured it out yet. And they were like, okay, we're going to get you an MRI. And I was like, is it an open MRI? And they were like, no, it's a closed. And I'm like, I'll try it, but I'm telling you, I can't do those. I get very claustrophobic in them. And so off we go in the wheelchair to the little MRI place in the hospital. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this. I was psyching myself in, man. I was like, I am going to do this. I am going to get through this. They got me all the way in there and I'm laying there and I'm like, okay, I'm good. And all of a sudden my entire body started shaking and I started sobbing and I'm like trying to climb out of the MRI machine. And these 2 men that were like, doing it there, and they were like, hold on, we'll get you out. And you know how slow that thing is. It's like, and I'm like climbing out and full on panic attack. I have not had a panic attack like that in a long time. And so they get me into the wheelchair and they wheel me back and I'm like sobbing, full sobbing. And she's like, what did you do to her? She was like, and they were like, I'm like, no, it's not their fault. And she was going to tear. She's like, give her to me.
She was ready to go Rottweiler on them.
She was. It was hilarious. Yeah.
I think we should call her every time you have a doctor's appointment because that might.
It's a shame she's over near Seattle because I totally would.
Oh, did she move?
She's in Washington. They don't live in
Oh.
Washington. They don't know all the little towns in Washington. So she's over in Washington, near Seattle. She's closer to Seattle than she is here.
Okay. Just asking.
Mary says, I have such a wonderful doctor. In between appointments, he calls himself to check on meds and me. That's awesome, Mary. Take someone with you. It shows them that someone else is looking. Jody, I agree. I think I really may see if Jen can go. Because she knows all the things. I also think, so the other thing that she said, she goes, okay, what you're going to do when you have a flare-up, because I had a few days before this appointment, my face was beet red and my hand, I could barely like close my hand. And she was like, you need to come in when that happens. And then I can see it and I can document it. So basically they're not going to document anything that they do not actually see with their own eyeballs. And which is really frustrating because that means you don't believe me what I'm telling you. And so, and then the other thing she said, take pictures every single day of anything that's abnormal. If you get a rash or your face flares up. Right now, that's my main thing. But the other thing is my skin feels like it's sunburnt all the time, which is really odd.
Especially when she has long sleeves on.
Yeah. Oh, Jody says she'd go.
Okay, Jody, you have to be a good Rottweiler.
That's right.
You stare them down and you
Okay.
growl.
You need to email me and we'll swap numbers. And you have to be okay that I panic because I do. I get so, I was so proud of myself too in this doctor's appointment because I was like, all right, girl, you're just, and I told her, I said, listen, I PTSD, I panic. I want to just go from head to toe, all the things that I've been dealing with, and then we'll go from there. And if I start crying, just ignore it. We just need to get through this appointment. And she was like, okay. And so then I start telling her, and she was like, yeah, there's totally something wrong with you. We just don't know what it is. And I was like, that's all we get? Like, that's it?
And before anybody asks, I don't go in with her because when she does start crying, I go into panic mode because I don't know what to do. So I stay in the truck. Or the waiting room, depending on how hot it is.
Yeah, they say autoimmune and that covers about 1,000 things. Yeah, I know a couple of people with autoimmune, and Kelly has a really good friend that with lupus, that have lupus, and she's like, you totally have it. Like, you have the same symptoms. Oh, my hair falling out? Yeah, that's apparently because I'm 52. So, sunburn feeling can be fibromyalgia or lupus, but can also be from nerve damage, stress, or anxiety, Dr. Google. I do have to say, it's a new symptom. It is definitely a new symptom this year, because I have not had it, so it's definitely a new, so whatever's going on is getting worse, or I'm just getting new symptoms, I don't know. Anyway. It's very frustrating. All of us that have to deal with it. They told me fibromyalgia, but the next doctor told me they lump all of the ones they don't have answers to into that bucket. I was told that about RA. That's what the other doctor that I saw, he's like, we're going to call it RA because that's what we just lump it into when you have the inflammation. But I didn't have inflammation when I went in this last time. So if I get inflammation, I'm supposed to call and go in. If I get a butterfly rash, because I get the butterfly rash. If I get the butterfly rash, then I'm supposed to go in. I'm supposed to call and go in. So I do need to go see a dermatologist. That is she recommended to go see that. And I haven't gotten that scheduled, so I need to get that scheduled and go see them. Because I do have rosacea, or I do have really red skin. We're redheads. That's just our, Chloe, quit sniffing. Quit air sniffing. I know, I don't have a kitten. Kira completely messed your whole mind up bringing one down, didn't she? Now she's like, they could be anywhere. There could be a kitten anywhere. They did check me for RA too. I call BS on the hair falling out too because it is half the thickness as it was last year. So the two newest symptoms is the burning skin and my hair falling out. And it is handfuls of hair. It's just all over my head, so it's not like splotchy. But my braid is the size right now of, remember when I used to wear pigtails last year? Or the couple of years ago, my braid is the size of one of those braids. And it's one braid. So.
Yeah, like she used to wear the hair ties I had to like double up down on because they fit her perfectly and her hair was still nice and thick. My hair was overly thick, so the hair ties just kept breaking. But she could wear those hair ties, no
Can't wear 'em
problem.
now.
Yeah.
But that's when she went into that it was I should be menopausal. And I said, well, I should be because I'm 52, but I'm on hormone therapy, so I'm not menopausal. So that's not it. And then that was it for her. Like, she just didn't want to go any more into that. Sorry, guys, all the men that are on here. I don't know if we have any men on here, but if you are, can also cause the butterfly look. I'll have to look that up. I'll have to look that up, Mary. Check that one out. I do hate also, and I agree that we have to diagnose ourselves. And you have to go in there with so much information. And then you have, like, when you're researching all that, it could be 17 different things. And the doctors don't believe the patients anymore. And, you know, I have flat out told her I don't want to take any drugs. Like, so that's probably my problem, is I've told her I don't play the pharmaceutical game. So that may be why I'm not getting any help at all. But
because her doctor also wants to label it as food allergies.
Well, yeah, so the first time I saw her, I had said, so I'm doing a carnivore diet, an elimination diet, and that has helped a bit. And she goes, oh, so you probably only have, you probably just have food allergies. And I'm like, it's helped a bit. It has not helped 100%. And so that was super frustrating. And my thought process behind, if I was going to need to take a medication, I wanted to have everything out of my system that didn't need the medication to see if I needed the medication first, really needed it. And then if I didn't really need it, then I wouldn't be prescribed it. But if I did all these things right and I was still having all of these problems, then I probably needed it. They don't know anything but pharmaceutical. Yeah, Jody, same. That's why I was like, dang, that may be my problem. Well, I guess that's why they just call it that they're practicing. Practicing medicine. They don't know it. They're just practicing it. And I get that it's hard. I get that there's so many of the same symptoms for multiple different things. But I asked when I needed to draw blood again. And she was like, oh, that's a good question. And left it at that. Never answered that question. What she did kind of mention, so I think this is what we're going to end up doing, is if I come in with a flare-up, she's going to draw blood at that point. So that she was like, you know, this is what we try to do. If you have a flare-up, then we can draw blood right then, and we can see if whatever it is showing up in the blood, reason why you would be having the flare-up.
Because apparently they told her, like, once you have a flare-up, come in immediately because we have appointment times for designated things like that.
Right. So
I feel so happy to be included in this because I pay attention.
So that's kind of where we're at. Yeah, right? So that's where we're at with all of that. And it's very frustrating, and it's oh man, I just have so much more understanding of people that have had to go through this for years and years and years, to where you're just like, whatever. I don't want to go to another building and have another person judge me and look at me like I'm stupid.
God.
Like, and then your whole life becomes this. And what can I do to help it or stop it? Or I'm exhausted and I'm trying to get things done. I do have to say, though, the fatigue has been insane. Like, insane for me.
Yeah,
and
she's realized how I feel most
yeah,
time.
how she feels all the time. Which also, I think her doctor needs to figure that out too. But the oh, there went my brain. The brain fog's for real too. Like, I totally have the brain fog. I can't remember a lot of things.
She's like, she has those moments when I come off my medicine. She goes, "Is your medicine wearing off?" I go, "Probably."
I literally cannot remember what I was saying.
Something about the fatigue and the...
Oh, when I got up and I went out and we just started, I was like, we're pushing through it. We got to get this bed. This cat's going to have kittens. Kira desperately wants her to have kittens in her room. She's not going to do it if there's not an area to do it in. And when these kittens get mobile, they have to come downstairs. So they have to be in her room. They can't be out running around or upstairs. They'll fall through the hole. So I was like, we got to get this bed. We got to get this lifted. This was something we were putting off for a little bit later, but it's just the cats got pregnant. So there's that. So I was like, we're going to push through and we're just going to putter. And I'm going to wear the most comfortable shoes. And we're just going to do it. And I mean, we were slow moving. Like, I was slow moving, but we did it. We pushed through. And I did feel better. So that whole, like, you need to stay in movement really did help. But by the end of the day, my feet, and I have no grip in my hands, which is why all the dishes are dirty right now. And my feet hurt so bad. It's ridiculous.
For anybody wondering why I laughed, Kai was like coming around the corner out of the kitchen. He stands right next to Aunt Heather's little counter table thing that holds her stuff when she's sitting. Chloe comes up to him and he's like, "Go away." And she sniffs him and he's like, "Nope, I'm out."
She's super interested in everybody. She wants all the babies. So Anna said, okay, but why do they always have to make us to talk to us like we're making everything up? Yeah, I went here to waste money and time. Mary's like 100% right. Carol's like, right. That's so true. And I felt like that. I was like, I don't know. Have you ever, okay, those of us that are moms, like, we've done this, where your kid is lying to you full out, and you're like looking at them like, dude, I know you're lying to me, and you think I'm so stupid. That's the way they look at us. And then I go into, this person thinks I'm lying to them, and then I get panicky because my mother was, I don't know if they call, what are they called? Hypochondriacs. She was one that would go into the doctor but they were like throwing medication at her, man. They were like, here's some pain pills, here's this, here's that. Like, and so I have this whole thing, like, I'm not going to go to the doctor unless I'm dying. Like, that's when I'm going to go. It's going to be an emergency room visit. So for me to go to a doctor and be like, here's all my complaints, I'm going to get over my issues with my mother, and I'm going to tell you all the things, and then they sit there and look at you like you're lying, it was too much. Way too much.
Yeah, I do that too. I panic.
KJ wants to know, how is Kai reacting to the kittens?
Mama will not let anybody up there, so
No.
he's doing fine.
She has let Carol. Carol, you're allowed up. You're allowed up into the treehouse. Cagney. She has let Cagney up there and Brennan, but they don't stay up. They come up and then they hunch down and run out. So I don't know. She must have had some words with them in the middle of the night or something, but right after she had the kittens, they would come up and she would come out of that box and be just growling and
chase
like,
them
get
down.
away. So he doesn't really go up there. He's kind of like,
Yeah.
nope.
Yeah, it's funny because he wants to go up there, but he's like, I sense danger, so I'm going to stay down here. Which is fine because this is like the most clumsiest cat me and her have ever seen. He cannot go up or down that ladder gracefully at all.
No, he can't. He is so loud, and it sounds like he fell. Like when he jumped off of the Kira's loft onto the bed, I was like, did Justin just fall off the bed? Like I thought maybe she'd taken Justin up there and he had fallen off because it was like thump. He's heavy.
Yes.
He is heavy.
Yeah, and most of the time, 9 out of 10, he did fall through the ladder or something.
Anna says, just wondering, is my membership kitten being delivered in person or by mail?
We will totally deliver it in person, so that way we can finally meet, and it'd be awesome. Because then me and her can go say hi to Dad. So, 2 for 1.
Apparently, Kira's winning the lottery.
In my defense,
She's like, yes.
in my defense, I've always wanted to win a lottery. So,
Same.
yes.
Same. I totally want to win the lottery too.
Oh, it would be so cool. So, we are totally doing that. And you have to not be kidding, because if you are, and we do finally meet, I will.
I don't think Anna's taking a kitten. She has other cats, Kira. I think she's just teasing.
Oh.
That's a whole thing that KJ's been teasing about, that everybody with a membership gets a kitten. Epsom salt and baking soda foot bath. Yeah, I need to
Rude.
pull out my foot bath thing and get back to doing those because I love those. I miss that. I do have an IBC tote that I started to make a little hot tub out of, a little sitting tub. And I need to do that also because sitting in the hot water would be really nice. The YMCA hot tub is like 80 degrees. It's not even, I don't feel like it's even warm. Like when we went in there, it wasn't even warm. KJ said, my gerbil means no membership kitten for me. And Anna, your cats are giant. So yeah, Vicky's like, Anna, you have 3 giant cats. Your cats are giant. This one would seem so little. You'd be like, it's always a kitten. Which means you could have 4. It would equal the size of 1. 4 more kittens, and then that would equal the size of 1 of your kittens.
Question, Anna. I probably already asked, but I'll ask later because I forgot my question.
So we were going to be yeah, 4 kittens do, because Lacey is the small one, so, and these kittens seem tiny to me. They seem really little. It'll be interesting to compare Cagney's kittens to hers because they just seem so little to me.
Neat moment. I have a lot of those then.
Jody, thank you. Ensuring one pet doesn't eat another is kind of a sign of good owner. Party in my house. Bring all your kittens.
Okay, you can have 2 of the kittens.
So,
'Cause one of those is coming back with me.
there's a whole nother litter coming.
I know, but still.
So I ran into, at baby pickup at the school, I ran into our neighbor. He was picking up their boys. And I usually give their boys a ride up the driveway, drop them off at the end of their driveway, and then they walk the rest of the way home. And,
She's like, I'm a star.
oh, Danielle, have to go. It's time to milk the goat. See you next time. Bye. Anna gets all the kittens.
No.
10, 12, so.
No, she doesn't.
But
I'm trying to keep instead to let me have one of them once they're all born, so no. she
anyway,
cannot.
okay, stop. Anyway, I ran it. I was like, "Hey, neighbor," and he goes, "Oh, hey, thanks for giving my boys a ride up." And then I said, "Hey, do you want a kitten? Because we have 2 cats that are pregnant." So I'm already trying to peddle them at the elementary school. I wonder how much trouble I would get if I carried a kitten to pick up the boys.
Probably not a lot of trouble.
They'd be gone in 5 days. 1 week, they'd all be gone. So. Oh, Nancy missed out on us having kittens. So last Thursday, we came home from running around and we're starting our members live. And as we walked in the door, You could hear all the babies. She had them on my bed because
I'm running around panicking.
I'm now afraid to leave the other cat when we go. Like, I'm like, could you please just have them so that we know and they're not on my bed?
I laid out the foam mattress in my room to encourage her to have them in my room. So hopefully that'll work. Otherwise,
I think because we have a baby gate up now, so the dogs cannot go back there after Justin ate all the cat food. He kills me. If you become a member, you get to see newborn kittens. Yeah, so we got new kids. She had 5. They are adorable. I might post when I can get some cuter pictures. I'll post them on the community page, but they'll also be in the next video. Kira Cam, and she videoed them.
yeah, there's 3 Oreos and 2 tuxedos.
Oreos.
Yeah, because they look like Oreo cookies almost that got blended into ice cream. So I call them Oreo cookie
Gotcha.
kittens.
So those are the ones that have a little bit of brown on them, and they have stripes on them.
Yeah.
And then black and white. So
Yeah. Their stripes are on their face, which makes them really cute.
yeah, we'll see what they turn into. I love black and white kittens.
And the tuxedo kittens look so fancy.
Picasso was a black and white. See, I don't call them tuxedos because they're splotchy all over. Tuxedos, I felt like, were black, mostly black, and then they had some white coming down the front and white on their face.
And their paws.
And their paws.
Makes sense.
Chloe, girl, you got itchy. The dogs need baths, you guys.
I will think of a nice name for them then. Because if they're not tuxedo kittens, I gotta make a new name.
They are really pretty, Nancy. They're super cute. They're just at that, like, it's so hard to get a picture of them where they look cute and they don't look stupid because they're, what is today, Tuesday? They're only like 5 days old.
Yeah.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So today would be 6 days.
Yeah, they were born on the 1st. So,
No, they weren't.
yeah, wasn't the 1st on Thursday? Because that's why we had to do a big giant errand run?
That could be.
Yeah,
They
they
were
were.
out all day running errands. Came
Yeah.
home to
Because we had gotten paid on Thursday.
I think it was, I don't know what it was. They're cute though. And I'm really hoping, we did see a big yellow tom cat, and I'm hoping he bred Cagney. Because I really want a calico cat, and I really want a yellow cat. What?
I just forgot to mention, one of the babies has a cute tail like their mom.
So Lacey has like a kinked tail. They get kinked up in the womb, and hers is short. This cat has a really long tail, but it's kind of
It kinked at the
kinked
end.
at the end. I love kittens. It's going to be hard to rehome them, especially with Kira here.
I will be in tears.
She will be a mess. I may have to send her to Aunt Jen's for the weekend when they all get rehomed because she will be an absolute mess.
I'm already crying.
And she wants to fight people.
It's like, I am a chicken, but I will take you. Don't take my babies.
Well, and hey, Kelly, you made it. Oh, Anna says we need a baby chicken update pictures. My frizzle is starting to look like a tribble puffball. They are so cute. So the silkies are all poofy, but they're really tiny. So they're like this big, but they're like poofed out. It's so cute. Oh, so Carol says a kink in the tail was to hold jewels of the owner. Oh, Nancy's still trying to figure out how to join.
Oh, I don't know what any of that meant.
So if you go on your computer and you get on the main page, there should be a join button that you can push and join. I don't think you can do it on your phone. I think you have to go to the actual main page of the channel and you can join there.
Yeah.
Because I know when I'm on my TV, there's always like it pops up saying, do you want to join this channel's membership? Whenever I subscribe to somebody's channel, it asks if you want to join. So, Tribble is a Star Wars reference. I should know better. She's like, Heather didn't get it.
I didn't either. I'm a Trekkie.
Kelly's like, I got it, Anna. Still just Lucy's. Yes, only Lucy's. Lacey. That's why I'm like, who's Lucy? It's Lacey. Yeah, KJ says go to the membership section of the main page. All I have is a phone.
You can do it on your phone, but it's a little tricky.
Okay, do you know how? Can you tell her?
I have to do it with her because I suck at like
Communicating
yes,
verbally.
yes. So sorry.
All right, let's see if we can do it on here. So I'm gonna go and push on my little face on because we can.
Or just push the join button.
Oh, right after. So on Kira's, that's funny. On Kira's, there is my name, my face, and the name of the channel, and then right there is a join button. So if you push that button, does yours have that? That's hilarious.
Yeah.
If yours doesn't have that, because I know there were a couple of people. So if it doesn't have that, if you go to the main front page, right here has the join button. So if you hit that, it'll take you to the membership page.
Yes. That was just funny.
Kira likes it when she can get me.
I get rare occasions. They're so far.
Danielle said she never could do it on her phone.
You might need to update your YouTube because that also is a thing. Because there are some things on my YouTube account that I had to update the app for before I could actually do any of.
Oh,
things.
interesting.
So that is a possibility.
Okay, so Anna says if it doesn't have it, like mine didn't, you can also go through the internet browser and type in YouTube instead of the app. Oh, there we go. The tortoiseshell. So that's what Brennan is. Brennan is a tortoiseshell cat.
Yeah, tortoiseshell calico.
And then Calico. Spotty with orange, do you mean Calico? I don't know if these kittens are going to be Calico or not. One of them really does have some orangey brown spots. But we're just going to have to see how they grow out because it's not super apparent like in some of the baby Calico kittens that I've seen that are really like big splotches all over them. This is just like a little bit, and I feel like it'll get more as they get bigger. But then it also has stripes on it, stripy legs. So I don't know.
I just love all the babies. But I also am kind of hoping for 2 orange ones because I want an orange one.
She wants an orange one too. I think Kira would do good with an orange cat because they are really goofy and funny, and then they're also have a tendency to be a little bit more needy.
Yeah, which is super funny because most orange cats are all male. So it's going to be hilarious because they are like the most sassiest.
Hilarious, or it won't work out because you already have a male cat. It
It'll be
could
fine.
be outdated, smiley face.
Yeah. I think they'll get along.
Orange cats are super needy, and that's what Kira needs. I keep telling her, I never would have told you to get Kai, because he was a feral kitten before they got him to the pound, or the no-kill shelter.
Yeah.
And then he was super independent. And he is super independent. He is like, don't touch me unless you're in the outhouse. Then I will come in, and you can't do anything else but pet me.
Yeah.
But that's the only place he wants to be petted is in the outhouse. It's very weird.
Yeah.
It's like you're trapped there, and he's like, ha 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 ha.
Pretty much.
Yeah, the calicos, Jody, have the big spots of orange. Like orange and black and whites. Those are calicos. I really want a calico kitty. I have since I was a little girl. We had Siamese cats growing up, and I love Siamese cats. Like, those are one of my ultimate favorite cats.
I had a calico cat, and her name was Scraps, because her patchwork was really pretty.
Yeah.
I got her when I was turning 12.
And I'm telling you, man, someone posts a calico cat on Facebook for looking for a home, and that sucker is gone so fast. Go make your sleepy time tea. Kira's alarm went off. And they are gone fast. Like I've tried 3 or 4 different times to get one, and they are just absolutely gone. I do think it's funny because my son loves cats. And it's really kind of hilarious. His wife must be annoyed, but all of the animals love him. Like, love him. The chickens come get on him, jump on his shoulder while he's walking around outside. And if he sits down, they are on his lap. Like, they love him. The dogs are the same way. The cat is the same way. And I'm like, hey, do you want another cat? And he's like, no. And so I know what's going to happen. He's going to refuse to see these kittens. So I keep telling him, I'm going to send him a bunch of pictures. But they are in the RV, so they don't need another cat. Anna, you want a zoo? Anna does want a zoo. Kira and I were driving around the other day and saw a zebra. Somebody had a zebra. All right, well, we probably better head out.
Yeah. Oh, also, he doesn't want another kitten, but the boys are trying to convince him to still get a rabbit.
Yeah.
So
Jasper totally wants one, and he's dying to get these to where they can be petted.
Yeah. And it's super funny, because the boys, we had some that was sitting on this little table, and Jasper asked if he can have one of the rabbits, and his dad's like, I'll think about it, and then he shoves the rabbit in his pocket.
Yeah, he just walks by and puts the rabbit in his pocket. All right, we're going to take off. Oh, hi, Heather. You made it. We missed your birthday. Happy birthday to you. Let's see. I found out I have a rare case of primary bilateral, these are all big words, cholangitis with autoimmune hepatitis with fatty liver. Oh, girl. Did that all come in today? I know you were waiting. I was following on Facebook.
Okay. Now say that 3 times fast.
Gosh,
And
I don't even think I can say it right now. Slow.
Notice. This just sounded like a mouthful.
Anna's like, oh no, how did this kitten get in your bathroom? He knows those tricks. One time when he was little, apparently we're not going. So one time when he was little, he was like 10, I was like, Victor, wake up. And he's like, what? And I was like, I have 4 baby cows in the van. I need your help getting them in a bin. The neighbor posted them, and I just jumped in the van and drove down there, and we loaded him in my van. And he was like, what? So he's pretty used to that with me.
Yeah, nothing like having a nice good sleep and waking up to your mom telling you, help me get the cows out of the van.
Oh, hi, Jim. You made it, too. See, we were getting ready to go. Now everybody's here.
You can stay an extra hour.
Post too many things from my feed. Doo-doo-doo. Well, Heather, I hope that they find some things that will help you out with all of that. I don't know about any of those things. So, I know the carnivorous diet has helped with a lot of stuff. I did have to educate the doctor on the difference between a carnivore diet and a lion diet. But that makes sense because the lion diet is named by the girl who started it. And I think you would only know about it if you were in the carnivore world. KJ says, please hit the thumbs up if you like the content. Exactly. Anna, I'm thinking about it. Waiting to see how it goes if I like it. Girl, you slay me. You slay me.
Apparently not as well as I do. Apparently cow beef is a thing now.
And that is hilarious. They started me on 2 new medications that made me sicker. Oh no. My advice, Heather, and I am not a doctor, but look at all the side effects of your medication and you make the decision what you're going to take and what you're not going to take, and look into food and that kind of stuff first, because these medications that they're putting us on have so many side effects, it's scary.
Oh wow, 27 out of 27 thumbs up from people.
Woo-hoo! But I might ask for a refund on my thumbs up.
No refund, but you do get a kitten.
You do get a kitten. Everybody gets a kitten.
Only if I say so. You have to have my approval.
That's awesome, Heather. I'll keep following you, girl, on your Facebook and keep and watch what's going on. But all right, we are going to take off, so we'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Boop. Didn't work. Boop.